Remember when we listened to punk rock, rolled the windows down, and drove to the gas station with the blue roof because a guy there was known for selling cigarettes to kids like us, and we figured this was a pretty good deal? When he stopped working there, we never even asked what happened. He was just gone, and we found an unsupervised cigarette machine in a coffee shop to replace him. It was in full view of the public, cops sitting at the bar and everything, but no one was going to turn around and ask you for your ID if you had the balls to just walk up and buy a pack. Remember how that trip to the gas station took forever? Like, what the hell could we be doing? We had to stop at so-and-so's house, pop in and say hi to her mom so we wouldn't look suspicious like that one time when she knew I was going to be getting a ring and she asked me why I wasn't wearing it, and I said I let him keep it because we were going to, it was too big and it had to be resized and I didn't want to lose it. What I almost said was we were going to get high and I was afraid I'd lose it. It was my first time and I was sure I couldn't be trusted. We ended up just sitting in that old coffee shop all day, staring at our cups. I tried so many times to explain something, some insight offering itself from the folds of my slow motion rush, and I'd start but my mouth couldn't keep up, and I'd flounder till finally I muttered, fuck it. And that became my signature phrase for the year. This is the sound of me falling short. Remember when we skipped school to go swimming in some lake somewhere? We dragged our legs thick with drugs through muddy water and contemplated whether we could swim to the other side. We got water in our mouths, and it was the first time I heard the word brackish. It was delightful the way you said it. We swam in our clothes so we wouldn't have to go naked, but then there we were, hiding behind this car, putting on God knows what. A t-shirt, I guess, and a towel maybe, something from the trunk of this boy's car. I told myself to remember the image of you, with that sweet purple smoke swirling around your face, the light sifting in through the barn window as you sat back on this old couch and someone finally declared, "It's burnt." I told myself to remember how goddamn beautiful you were because it couldn't have lasted forever. But I had this one taste of it. This one photo in my mind, you sealed in the amber of time. Remember when I was laying on your bed in my panties and you sang that stupid song about me being on your bed in my panties? I couldn't figure out why it was such a big deal, and I just felt lucky that you weren't laughing or anything. And I felt like a bit of an asshole for smoking your pot. But I realize now that you got the better end of that deal since you kept the remainder of the bag too. Remember when my eyes felt like sugar water, and my teeth sugar cubes, and my heart sugar too? Remember when we went to the park and climbed on the jungle gym and hung upside down by our knees and wondered what THC stood for anyway? It sounded like a college, like some kind of private school, like the hard college. We talked about how girls only wanted to date shitty guys, and how good guys always get stuck being just friends. And then one night you kissed me on the sidewalk. It was an ambush of teenage hormones. And then there were the long rambling love letters written in pencil, and the phone calls where you told me about your dreams until it got to be way too much and I knew you were making things up. Remember when I believed there were things good girls didn't do? Remember when I was in love with you and I tried that weird role reversal of deer pursuing the hunter? Remember when you finally took me up on it and I shrank back from your hands because no one told me that was part of the deal? Remember when the best thing I could think of was you thinking of me? Remember when I would whisper your name until I fell asleep? Do you remember me?